Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, where today's video is going to be a little bit different. Rather than the usual content, I'm going to share with you an article written by Brian May, and not just any article, but a very personal one. It's a handwritten letter he wrote to Freddie Mercury's fans, which was published in the special edition of the Queen Fan Club magazine released after Freddie's passing. Now, I've always found this letter incredibly moving. And so here it is, Brian's letter to the fans. I hope you enjoy. Dear friends, on this occasion, I write on behalf of the three of us, John, Roger, and myself. We've spent countless hours together over the past few weeks, especially these last few days, and we all feel the same way. We could not let this magazine go out without a very special message to you, our wonderful friends. I've never liked the word fans. You've always been so much more than that. You've been understanding, supportive, and loyal beyond measure. As you know now, Freddie had been battling the terrible disease of AIDS for many years. For most of that time, even we didn't know. It must have been so hard for him, and we can only imagine how difficult it was for him to hide the symptoms of the disease. He was so ill in the end that just walking around the studio was very difficult for him. Yet during that time, he managed to make his greatest work, the album Innuendo. How he did it, I don't know. It's a miracle. He fought so hard to keep things as normal as possible. And in some ways, he succeeded beyond our wildest dreams. Through it all, Freddie's art and his friends meant everything to him. He refused to let his illness define him or spoil his music, our music, or his friends' lives. And it showed. Even by the time we filmed These Are the Days of Our Lives, he could barely stand. But he never once complained. Not a word, not a sigh. Just will, just art, just love. Amazingly though, his voice miraculously grew more powerful than ever before. As if sheer will was carrying him forward. His voice, his spirit, and his genius shone through. It was one of the bravest performances of his life. Amazingly though, his voice, miraculously, grew more powerful than ever before. As if sheer will was carrying him forward. His voice, his spirit, and his genius shone through. It was one of the bravest performances of his life. And with that, we went on to finish the video. It was a triumph of the human spirit. A true celebration of the power of love. Freddie never wanted sympathy. What he wanted, and what you gave him, was belief, support, and love. No matter what the vile press says, Freddie had nothing to be ashamed of. He lived his life to the fullest and gave everything to everyone around him. He was kind, generous, and funny. All those qualities shone through right to the very end. If there is one thing that sustained him through this long battle, it was you. The knowledge that he was loved and that his music was loved. He cherished each and every one of you. The good times, the bad times, the laughter, the tears, the triumphs, and the tragedies. It has been an incredible journey, and what a privilege to have shared it with you. His final announcement, made by his own choice, was intended to help ignorance and fear. This is not something to fear. This is not something to hide. This is real. This is human. Now, with that, Freddie was able to fly away from us, to fly away from the pain, to be reunited with his beloved ones who had gone before him. He died as he lived, on his own terms, with dignity, and without ever losing control. And on that note, I want to send my deepest gratitude to everyone who's reached out to me personally over the past few weeks. Your kindness and support have given me strength to face the dark days ahead. Thank you for listening. Thank you for loving Freddie. Thank you for being his friends. He loved you, Brian.